Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken video, and today we are talking about power level and everything you need to know to push yourself beyond that 500 power mark. The way we obtain powerful gear has now changed. We have daily challenges, weekly challenges, and prime engrams, and even the soft cap thresholds work a little differently, so I figured it was time to break it all down into one easy to understand video so you know what you should be doing to get more powerful gear moving forward. If you do enjoy this video and you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below if you have any questions, and also let me know what your power level is. Are you preparing for the raid on day 1? Where are you guys at right now? Additionally, don't forget to enter the Spider-Man PS4 Pro giveaway if you haven't done so already. It's your chance to win this sweet red shiny Spider-Man PS4. Now, power level. What do you need to know? Well, I'm going to assume by now that you know the basic flow already. You play the game, you equip better stuff, and then when you reach the end of the campaign, you farm public events or play Crucible, Gambit or Strikes, and equip those drops until you get to power level 500. Getting to 500 is easy, it really is, but it's getting past that where you really need to understand what options you have. Powerful engrams are of course at the top of that priority list. They roll relative to your current power level, meaning they're typically a guaranteed way to boost your power level, often quite considerably, and in Forsaken there's more ways to obtain powerful engrams. Some sources are daily, others are weekly, however they don't all behave the same, so getting your head around your options will allow you to maximise your power gains in any given week. So let's start there. First up, let's talk challenges. This is essentially the way that milestones have been represented to us. All over the director, you'll see these little golden circles. These indicate challenges for you to complete, and those challenges typically reward powerful gear. Under the Vanguard section, you have the Daily Heroic Story Mission, the Strikes, and the Nightfall, and each of these has 2 challenges. For the story missions and the Strikes, you have a daily challenge, which requires 1 single completion, and each of these will reward you with 1 powerful engram. But you also have weekly challenges, and those 2 reward powerful engrams. For these ones, it doesn't matter what power level you do the activity on, any completion will count. Meanwhile, the Nightfall, given the higher power requirement, instead has 2 weekly challenges, one for a simple completion, and the other for a score that exceeds 100,000 points. Now, it's important to understand that the notion of daily isn't quite what you might think. Completing that challenge today won't see another one in that same category come back tomorrow. Instead, daily challenges work around a 4-day reset. There'll be a new one each day, and then every 4th day, the first challenge will reset. So for example, if the Daily Strike Challenge released on a Tuesday, then there will be a new Daily Strike on the Saturday. If the Crucible Challenge released on a Wednesday, then that new one would be there on a Sunday. So every 4 days, each one essentially resets, meaning you have something to do every day. Anyway, back to the sources. So that's 6 powerful engrams under Vanguard challenges. For Crucible, you have another 2. One for the daily completion and one for the weekly completion. For this you can pick any mode, they all count towards it, but there's only 2 despite the way that the UI might make you think otherwise. And you then have 2 for Gambit, 1 daily and 1 weekly. Outside of that, you also have the weekly flashpoint. This week it's the EDZ, but it'll of course rotate on a weekly basis. Completing activities will wrap that one up, and that too gives you a powerful engram. Plus there's also a daily heroic adventure on that planet too, and this is yet another source of a powerful engram. In addition to this, you also have the weekly bounty from Ikora, which you complete by doing 20 bounties, that's another powerful engram, and then finally you have the weekly clan challenge to get 5,000 XP, and that's another one. So already that's quite a lot of powerful engrams. However, that's not all. There's also the additional couple of weekly bounties. There's the wanted bounty from Spider on the Tangled Shore, and also the weekly bounty from Petrovenge for the Ascendant challenge on the Dreaming City. Of course, outside of that, you do have a few one-time quest completions, like completing a number of Crucible matches or Strikes wearing the full gear set from that activity, but those are quests, and as such, they're unlikely to be recurring, so let's just focus on what you'll do each week. I appreciate that's a lot of information to take in, and a lot of powerful engrams to grind. Remember that if you lose track, your director lists all of them with those handy yellow circles, but what you do need to remember is the order in which you should prioritize these. See, I mentioned at the start that not all of these powerful engrams are the same. There's a hidden soft cap, and these are only really useful up until a point, so understanding that is key to ensuring you're not wasting your time. Here's a simple diagram. Your first stop should be the daily and weekly challenges, except for the Nightfall. These activities will typically give you around +5 power whilst you're below 520. Meanwhile, once you exceed 520, they will only give you a +1 boost, so they're much slower. They're still useful, but the progress that you'll get from them is much smaller. The same too applies for Ikora's stuff, the clans, the EDZ, and the heroic adventure. So all of that stuff should be done first. Following that, your Nightfall should then be your next port of call. This is good up until around 540 power, since again, it'll typically give you +5 power until you exceed 540. Then again, it'll slow down. Once you've ticked that off, then you want to focus on the Dreaming City, since this is an endgame destination, and this is where the good stuff comes from before you enter the raid. So completing Petra's weekly bounty and anything else she has should really be the last thing you do on a weekly basis. This will be good till around 560 power level. Beyond that point, you will of course need to rely on the raid. So try to keep this in mind when working out how to best spend your time throughout the week. However, it doesn't stop there. There's a couple more things. You also have your daily Prime engrams. When you look at your character, you have Prime Attunement. This gives you a chance to get a Prime engram either in the Crucible or from defeating challenging enemies on a daily basis. And Prime engrams behave in a very similar manner to powerful engrams. They too can boost your level, often quite considerably. Their drops are of course random, so it's likely something you'll encounter whilst doing other activities. Sometimes you get super lucky and it drops early on, other times it might take all day, but these are yet another good boost. And then outside of that, the other big help are your Crucible and Gambit rank ups. Playing matches in either mode goes towards your rank, and when you rank up, rewards are typically quite good. So while this is something that requires much more time investment, it's also something to keep in mind. Additionally, don't forget that all of these powerful engrams are on a per character basis, provided you have one of each class. If you have 3 of the same class, then you won't get benefit from the other powerful engrams. That was a change Bungie put in place to slow down those of us that used to run 3 of the same character and pass gear across, but provided you have at least one of each, then yeah, that's a ton of powerful engrams to choose from. But that, my friends, is pretty much it. I appreciate that was a lot of information, but that's what a week in Destiny now looks like. Things to keep you busy, and powerful gear to chase. Hopefully that helps clarify a few things. Any more questions, just let me know down below. But otherwise, keep it locked for much more Destiny content. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.